picture after she finished the title. You're ready to bring up by yourself. Pencils down in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes on me. Don't worry, pencil down. So I noticed something, Christian B. I noticed something when I was listening to Ms. Bauer's teaching yesterday. I noticed, I'm waiting for everyone to have their pencil down. Thank you. I noticed that when we rev up our brain, we look at the title, the picture, the headings. All those things are text features. Ms. Bowers taught us a very specific question that we ask ourselves when we look at text features. Can anybody remember what question you ask when you look at a text feature? I hope you remember because it's on the quiz today. Lock it up with a partner. Tell your partner, what question do you ask when you look at a text feature? Go.
What we ask ourselves why were the author
Ask yourself when you look at it.
why the author
Tell me what they think we ask when we look at a text feature. What do you ask when you look at a text feature? I really want to see more hands because we have a quiz on this today. Okay, when we look at a text feature, Roberto, what do we ask ourselves? Eyes on Roberto. He's going to help us study for our quiz.
We can ask ourselves what it's going to be about.
Okay, so what do I think this article is about is the question you ask when you're revving up your brain. But when you're looking at a text feature, you ask a question that's a little bit different. Does anybody know what question you ask when you look at a text feature?
Oh, I do.
Daniel.
The question that you ask yourself is, why did the author wrote this down?
Not quite. You're getting warmer though. Who can help Daniel out? Josue. What does the author want me to learn? That's a lot like what Daniel said. You're getting warmer. Fair?
What information does the text feature give you?
Oh my gosh. 2 snaps and a genius for Fair on 2. 1, 2. Genius!
Wait, what?
Christian B, what question do we ask when we look at a text feature? Jared just told us the answer. What question do we ask when we look at a text feature?
What information is trying to say?
What information does this text feature give me? Kevin, what question do we ask when we look at a text feature? Eyes on Kevin. He's studying for his quiz, Jaron.
What information
Does this give me?
does it give me for answers?
What information does this text feature give me? Exactly. Guys, 2 claps for Christian and Kevin for listening closely to their friend Fair. 1, 2. Okay, so we just talked about 2 different questions. Eyes on me, listen carefully. This is pretty tricky and I want you guys to do well on your quiz, Jaron. We talked about 2 questions. When you're revving up your mind, you ask, what do I think this article is about? When you're looking at a text feature, you ask, what information does this give me? Block it up with the partner. Tell your partner, what question do you ask when you're revving up your mind? Go.
You already talked.
When you're revving up your mind.
What is this?
And then Kevin,
Text title was going to be
What is the text?
what did Dara just say? What question do you ask when you're revving up? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh, guys, I need 100%. 3, 2, 1. With a hand, you can tell me, what question do we ask when we're revving up our minds? What question do we ask, J-Ron? What question do we ask when we're revving up our minds? What do I think this text is about? Yeah, totally. Okay, here's the tricky part. What question do we ask when we're looking at a text feature? Lock it up the partner. Tell your partner, what question do you ask when you're looking at a text feature? Go.
She wants to look at what's going on.
Fair told us, Christian told us, Kevin told us. If you can hear me, put your hands on your shoulders. Hillary, pencil down. If you can hear me, put your hands on your nose. If you can hear me, put your hands on your head. Everybody should be sitting up. Dyra. Hands in front of you. Who can tell me what question, Christian, do we ask if we're looking at a text feature? What question do we ask? Oh my gosh, Kevin already told us. Fair already told us. Christian B already told us. Brandon, what question do we ask? Guys, give Brandon some love. He is getting ready for his test. Christian B.
Can you read the question again?
What question do we ask if we're looking at a text feature?
The question that you asked for a text feature is information about a text feature.
What information
About
does this give me?
it.
What information does this give me? Guys, it's pretty tricky, but I think you guys are going to nail this on your quiz.
Yay.
So, eyes on me. Not articles. Okay, may I borrow your article? Eyes on me. So, for an example, when I revved up my brain to use the Migrants Wishing for a Better Life Crowd into Simple French School article, I asked myself, what do I think this article will be about? Because I was revving up my brain. What do I think this article will be about? Then, I looked at the text feature, the title. Migrants Wishing for a Better Life Crowd into Simple French School. Here's where it gets tricky. Now I'm looking at a text feature. Hillary, put your pencil down. Put your hand down. Put your eyes on me. We have a quiz today in ELA. there, put your hand down.
Oh,
Sit up.
I thought it was tutorials.
We have some tutorials too. If you are not paying attention right now, you are wasting an opportunity to get ready for your quiz. And we don't have any time to waste. So, now that I'm looking at the title, Migrants Wishing for a Better Life, Pattern to French Schools, now I'm looking at a text feature. And I know there's a question that I ask myself when I look at a text feature, and that's, what information does this give me? I don't really know what the word migrants means, but I do know that this title is about some people who want a better life, so they go to school. So that's what this text feature tells me. This text feature tells me that this article is about some people who want a better life, so they go to school. Now, I've answered my question for revving up my brain and my question for looking at a text feature. That's pretty tricky. Let's try it with the picture. Using the article in front of you, tell your partner what information the article gives you. Lock it up. Tell your partner, what information does this picture give you? Go.
There are four little boys that have big in the school. They don't have windows. And they use every window.
People are studying. Okay. So now, how question we ask on the brain is, what do you think this article is about? The picture and the title help you, right? Alrighty, 3, 2, 1. Daniel, we're gonna do it again for you. 3, 2, 1. Who can tell me, what information does the picture give you? What information does the picture give you? Dyra, what information does this picture give you? Eyes on Dyra. Go ahead, Dyra. Okay, what about the picture? What information does this picture give you? Everybody look at the picture. Look at the picture. What do you see in that picture?
I see it.
A school. Okay, so you see people in school. Anything else? Does anybody else get any additional information out of that? J-Ron, what information do you get from the picture?
It seems like it's an old school because there's some streets in it.
Okay, it's an old school. Old school. Okay. Christian A, what additional information do you get?
I don't think it's an old school because there's branches in there. I think there's just the branches in there because it's just trying to hold the roof.
So you think actually maybe it's just like a school that they built out of whatever they had, which was branches. Okay? Brandon, what information do you get?
The information right here is like, if you see like this is open, if you see branches, it's like there's an RV.
Okay.
They're like here to the door, like an RV like that.
They're in a small space, maybe a temporary school. Hillary, what information do you get from the picture?
I get information from the picture that, and based on the title, that they want a better life in school because they want to learn, so they're asking for another school.
Interesting. Okay, so we got a lot of information from this text teacher. As we're revving up our brains, we're asking, what do I think this article is about? So thinking about all the information we got, they're in a school. This school is maybe old, or maybe it's temporary, maybe it was built very quickly, maybe they want a new school, Hillary said. We got all that information from the picture. Based on that information, What do we think the article is about? What do you think? Think about it. I got a lot of information. Now I need to think, what do I think this article might be about? Oh my goodness. Josue, what do you think?
Maybe they want to work so they're learning.
Okay, they're working really hard at learning. That's awesome. Krishna B, do you have anything to add?
Maybe they don't have a lot of money and they have a little room.
This isn't, maybe it's a story about people who are wishing for a better life because they don't have a lot of money
To build
their school.
And
Okay.
They don't have another one.
You guys are pretty rockin'. This is amazing. You guys are having brilliant, huge brain thoughts because you're using all of the questions that we can use when we're revving up our brains and looking at text features. I want you to take 5 more minutes. Talk with your partner about what the section headings tell you, what information do the section headings tell you, and what do you think the article is about? What are you looking at for the next 5 minutes? What text feature are you supposed to be looking at for the next 5 minutes? I just said it. Fair.
The text feature that we're gonna look for is headings.
Exactly. For the next 5 minutes, you're focused on text headings. What are the 2 questions you're going to ask yourself? What question do you always ask about text features? Oh my goodness, we better know this one for the quiz. We better know it. J-Ron, what question do we always ask ourselves about text features? What information does it give us? And then, we're going to ask the question that we always ask when we're revving up our brains. What question do we always ask when we're revving up our brains? Roberto,
Can you repeat the question?
what question do we ask ourselves when we're revving up our brains?
Oh, when we're revving up our brain, we should ask ourselves, what is our
Yeah.
article
Mhm.
is mostly about?
What do I think this article is about? Exactly. You have 5 minutes to look at the headings, ask what information they give you, and ask what is the article mostly about. You're working with your Lock It Up partner. Go.
I already read the
Nobody's talking
So what's the first question? What question do we always ask when we look at a text feature?
What information is the
Okay. One line is text feature. What is key?
Well, I think he's gonna explain why they have a hard night, because it's not the title here.
What feature is there? How they're writing or headings. Where are the headings?
It's a heading.
No?
No.
What's a heading?
I already have you.
So, Roberto, ask that right. What question do you ask yourself when you look at text feature? What question do you ask yourself when you look at text feature?
Question.
So now you ask Kevin what information does this heading give you? Tell your team, what information does this heading give
Well, I think that this one doesn't spread outside the walls. I think that it's like they write it out outside the walls, or like outside the walls.
What question do you always ask yourself when you look at text feature?
I got no idea what to start to say.
I am right.
What information is the first thing given?
What information is there?
Two more minutes. You guys should have already talked about one heading and move on to the second. One more minute. Share your important thoughts.
What does popular rank when I think it's writing on outside walls and
So the hope of dreams of the students. Never give up hope. This one. Hey everybody, we're in school today. Another. They're gonna run the walk in the well, what it says is that
I think he's trying
they
just tell me about pop
they
paint
outside
on outside walls.
and they write
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Your pencil should be down. Your hands should be ready. When I get to 1, we're all going to clap. 3, 2, Daniel. 1. All right, guys. I heard some really, really smart conversations. I particularly want to give a shout out to Hillary because she was asking some really good questions to her teammates to help figure out what information does this text feature give me. So I want to give Hillary 2 table bands on 2 for asking really good questions about what information does this text feature give me. 2 table bands on 2, 1, 2. Awesome job, Hillary. Guys, what do we think this article is about? We're revving up our brains, so we have to ask, what do we think this article is about? You guys just looked at all the text features. You have a lot of information, Daniel. Who can tell me what they think this article is about? Daniel.
Yes. On the second heading that says writing out outside wall reflects the hope inside. What I wrote that there's some students that write outside and there's some other students who have inside schools.
Okay, so you think some students are outside and some are inside.
Like some schools have classes outside in the cold or in a rainy day or in a hot day, and some other students have their schools inside like the building. Like they get teach inside the building, not like the other students who get teach outside on the hard floor.
Christian B, can you add anything to Daniel?
Oh no, I was gonna talk about something else.
Oh, okay. What do you think this article is about?
I think like you see, this is the last one. Classrooms offer dignity and lessons. I think is I'm not sure, but I think that you see some kids on Houston they don't appreciate where they are in schools or something. I think in this one all the kids appreciate what they have and they try and they respect the rules and they respect their school, like not doing bad stuff.
Awesome. So Chris John made a text to